they are kind of lofty sometimes. They really, but they bring you deeper, and you have to almost be ready to accept that message.
I think that's a very important point. I was not.
Yeah.
I was used to them when I was in my mid to late 30s. I thought, all right, I'll write them down, and when the time will come, I'll look. And that was 30 years later that I really did look. And luckily, that coincided with my discovery of the depth and wisdom of Rudyard, And I think there is a book within which the Sabian Symbols appears, which is less difficult to find. I can't think of the name at the moment, but if you can find it if you want to. But yes, first point you're making is that you have to be spiritual to get them. Yes and no. I mean, you certainly have to be aware of the two sides of the brain, the logical and the non-rational. And if you don't get that, then there's no chance. You're just wasting your time. And there are some people that approach it rationally and they just can't get it to work. It doesn't work. So you have to invest your own willingness to interpret the ambiguous, which is exactly how daily horoscope predictions work. Artful ambiguity. It's not nonsense. It's just that you got to make up your mind about what it means. It's quite powerful magic in a way. So the Sabian symbols give you that. However, you can't just say, oh, that's what that means. Why? I just feel it is. That doesn't track. They do have a definitive scope, and you just got to tease out of that what fits you today. Well, it's not Neptune, it's Neptune Saturn conjunction. So even though it's a Neptune transit, no, it's not. It's a Saturn Neptune transit, different altogether. So Neptune's fluffy, airy, fairy pink of fluffiness. Oh no, Saturn in Aries is blitzkrieg. Once or two cycles ago, that's what Hitler used to take Europe all of a sudden. Like, it's dominant, fast, no messing about. That's what it was. Now it's like this, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's Saturn in Aries, and through Neptune, that would suggest our what should we call it? Narrative of the nature of reality is suddenly changing, and there's nothing you can do about it. Overnight, we were like this, and now we're like that. So once upon a time, the USA was absolutely the founder of NATO and strongly supportive of Europe and on the good guys' side. And then all of a sudden, oh no, it's not. It's on Russia's side. And now, well, no, it's not. It's not either. It's halfway in between, and nobody knows. We just don't know what side America's on anymore. That changes our narrative. Our whole reality is shifted on that political level. To have this politic in your mind is not outside of the realm of an astrologer's tools of trade. We need to know what people are responding to economically. And so, the change in world politics is an aspect of your astrological toolkit.
That you actually have a class coming up. And so for people who are on the spiritual and astrological path, you've got a couple openings. But why don't you kind of jump in and sort of say how what your class is about and how it's structured? Because I think that the right person watching this right now is going to be really excited to be a part of that.
All right, thank you. I mean, first of all, even though it's open to a few places, there's not many places available. And I'm very careful about whom to invite. So if people are interested in this, they need to talk to me more than once, and I need to get to feel whether or not they're suitable for the group. The group is called the Masterclass, and what we're doing is studying mastery to the level of awakening. And we're doing that using the sacredness of the number 7. My whole philosophy is based around the number 7. This is for people that are ready to engage with mastery. And with mastery, you carry your own water. You give the courtesy of somebody speaking. And when the whole group is based on that idea that nobody ever gets interrupted, then they say different things. They're not overcoming resistance. They're just allowing self-expression, knowing that it will be heard. None of us have received the attention that we wanted as children, not one of us. That's what we're healing today. We're giving people that level of attention. And I'm absolutely rigorous about this. So if you're interested in that level of discipline, then you're suitable for a path of mastery. Now, the group is based on the study of the number 7. In Sufism, which is my spiritual path, you study the 7 planes of consciousness. Light travels at different vibrational rates. In the slowest, it's physicality. The next level of slowness is astral plane. The next level is the plane of love, harmony, and beauty. Very lovely, beautiful, profound teachings, not easily taught to others. So I've kind of dumbed down the system a bit, invented my own system called the 7-word system, where vernacular words are used to describe the archetypes of these 7 planes. And the 7-word system is a cosmology. You give me any example, I can tell you the 7 words of love affairs, the 7 words of writing a novel, the 7 words of making a decision to go on holiday. You know, everything can be studied. No, the scope. Hello, the options. Thanks, the shine, the preference. Goodbye, the cost benefit decision. You know, please, the vision. Sorry, the feedback or the correction, course correction. Yes, the serendipitous inevitability that you're not going to get what you planned, however when you planned it. In a nutshell, the 7-word system. Now we apply that to the Elven Star. Now the Elven Star is a study of septiles, the 7th of a circle. So if my degree is 1538 of Taurus, the 2nd point of my Elven Star would be actually the 20th degree of Libra. The 3rd point would be the 25th degree of Pisces. So I've got 7 points, which together are all relevant to me, but only on the various planes that we're studying. So when I'm on the earth plane, my Sabian symbol, 16th degree of Taurus, is what I'm doing. But if I'm actually operating on the astral plane, in other words, I'm thinking, I'm creating, I'm making things up here, and I'm not concerned with physicality. Actually, it's more meaningful for me to study the Sabian symbol of the 2nd Elven Star point, 20th Libra, which in my case is the study of traditional wisdom, which is Sufism. So when I'm trying to create my mind into an agency through which I can develop knowledge, I study traditional wisdom. Now, the 3rd is actually what touches the heart, purging of the priesthood, 25 Pisces. So that's Henry VIII getting rid of the monks because they were all fat, greedy bastards, you know, and we don't want that in spiritual life, you know. So it's just like, and that's, I really don't like it when people practice sacrilege. I really feel that's not my kind of person, you know. So, you know, the 4th point is mermaid, which is creativity. I'm a creative person that wants to express my creativity in the world, like the mermaid wants to make herself physical, a person, but she's in the realm of the unconscious, the sea, you know. So that my creativity is all my unconscious self come bubbling into the surface, you know.